Oh hey losers. So 2020 is off to a really bad start. First we have the Australian bushfires, then World War III almost started, and now we have this. Yeah, and it's really bad here in Singapore. We are like the second most infected country after China. And if you don't already know, Singapore is not China. You ignorant piece of shit. So I've been reading a lot of articles about the coronavirus, and I mean a lot. Every single day I get live updates from people about this ongoing pandemic. Even when I don't really want to get any updates, because it's really... it's too much, okay? It's too much. I don't wanna... Coronavirus. Hey, the death toll has risen. Hey, did you hear about this? Fuck. Enough, please. Please. Enough news of the coronavirus, please. Please. It's like when I wake up to a beautiful morning and I start scrolling through Instagram on my phone, and the first post is like 7 new confirmed cases of coronavirus. Wow. Thanks lah, huh? Thanks for reminding me that standing right outside my door is death. All that these news articles are telling me is that you can go outside, but you'll die. So, as you can see from the title of this video, which I haven't decided, here are some realistic advice to say. Fuck, man. Here are some realistic advice to stay safe from this viral pandemic. So the first thing you want to do is to spread as much news as possible to all your friends and family. And it's better if you don't fact check these articles first, because you want to cause as much widespread panic as possible. But the real goal here isn't to show care and concern for your loved ones, but to appease your own ego, knowing that you are the most up-to-date person in the group. We just love it, don't we? We love to update our friends about juicy news stories about this virus, because finally we have something to share with the group other than food pics and dining promo codes. And speaking of being up to date with this pandemic, apparently there's a new symptom of the coronavirus, and these reported symptoms include an alarming drop of IQ to -5. What the fuck is that? A lack of common sense, and a compulsive urge to stockpile supplies, most notably instant noodles,
really nigga,
and toilet paper. What the fuck? Why do you even need this much toilet paper? How big is your asshole that you need this much toilet paper? I don't even know lah. And most shockingly, carriers of this symptom will die from stupidity. Also, you'll go bald, because that's what eating too much instant noodles does to you. I did not fact check that statement. Okay, I can't think of a proper segue for this next part, so here it is. Alright, so at this point we are going all out zombie apocalypse mode. You know, it's every man for himself. Fuck your friends and your neighbors. Okay, listen man, what I highly recommend is to go down to your nearest supermarket and hoard as much supplies and food as you can. You know, best if you get 30 packets of instant noodles and at least 20 or more rolls of toilet paper. Yeah, just follow our hero over here and do exactly what she's doing.
I've got you in my sights. Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Or follow these great examples of human beings, you know? Basically just be an asshole and fend for yourselves. Oh, what? Your local supermarket has a long queue? No worries. Just
steal from your neighbor.
Having a scarcity mindset is essential for your survival, because, you know, your neighbors will take your food if you don't take theirs. Another thing I would recommend to do is to capitalize on the downfall of others. So what do you do once you have hoarded up every single face mask from your local store? One thing you can do is just to, you know, fling them around in public places. Just throw them on the ground or into the bushes or hang them on trees. The goal here is to assert your dominance on other people who actually need these face masks. But the better option would be to resell them on second-hand marketplaces and charge an exorbitant amount for something that costs just a few cents. Level-headedness? Logic? Ha! No. Being level-headed and logical is not what we want to do when a national crisis arises. Oh yeah, it's a pretty serious crisis. Our government just raised the DORSCON level to orange. You know, honestly, I don't really know what that means. It's actually the first time I'm hearing about it. What the fuck is DORSCON? But it's orange, you know? It's just one color away from red. Now is not the time to be socially responsible and civil. Instead of encouraging our healthcare workers who are on the front lines battling this new global enemy, we need to instead belittle and ostracize them because every healthcare worker is a carrier of the virus. You're on the train and you see a nurse, scoff at them and give them a dirty look because you need to let them know that you are avoiding them even though they are risking their lives for you. Just like how every person who has a tattoo is most definitely a gangster or a triad member. Alright kids, so I know we are all on edge because of this new pandemic that is sweeping across the world. But from what I see, stupidity and selfishness is spreading faster than the virus. Calm your nipples and act with class please. Go on with your normal lives, but just proceed with a little more care and hygiene. No need to act like it's the end of the world and be consumed with mass hysteria. Save that for when you're dealing with your own insecurities at night. You know what ticks me off the most is all the stories that I've seen about people ostracizing nurses and doctors. Are you fucking serious right now, bro? Are you fucking You think our healthcare workers want to work overtime and basically draw lots for a death sentence? Okay, I don't want to end on a sour note. There is some good coming out from this situation. Like, you know, I get to laugh at all the stupid advice and the obviously fake news articles generated for fear-mongering. And also, our local grocery retailer just beat TikTok to be the #1 app. Hope I brought some awareness to the stupidity of some people during this situation. You know, they're probably quaking beside their mountain of instant noodles because I made a YouTube video about them. And that means I'm right. Because whatever that you see on the internet is right. Remember to stay clean by doing a little bit extra to keep up your hygiene and cleanliness. Like, you know, washing your hands after you use the toilet, brushing your teeth, and only pick up food on the floor when it looks clean. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta share this new update of the virus with my friends.
Oh yeah?
Also